Morning! I had a corn stalk stuck under my truck. Wonder how that got there. We are going to attempt a full day of harvest today. We're letting the dew burn off a bit. I have a grain cart out there already, combine's out there already. There's a little bit in the combine from stabbing into the headlands yesterday. And it was at 18.6%. We want it at 18 or below. So we figure we give it the rest of yesterday to dry. Today, once the dew burns off, we're going to hopefully hit it pretty hard today. Because everything's out there, I'm going to pick one of these two chariots to drive out there. I'm going to fill one semi and take moisture readings out of, that semi load quite heavily so I can get a good average. Haul it in, see where it's at with the elevator to make sure everything is calibrated properly. And if everything's good to go, then we are just going to start mowing down some corn. I have been seeing some farmers a little bit north of us that have been cutting beans. Our beans are still have a little bit of green in them. They're still on the damp side. There's still some green stems in there. Some leaves haven't fallen off around the headlands yet. Like, look at this one. That's still a green plant. And this was one of our first fields planted. There's still a green plant there. And the stalks are still greenish, yellowish. Like if you look here, that is going to make it a little tough to run through the combine. So beans are close. The corn is closer. So that's why we're starting on corn. And then hopefully after this whole rain that's coming up from Florida right now gets through us, then hopefully we can get rocking on beans. At least that's what the current plan of attack is. Cut the 30 acres of corn that we have that we know is real close to being ready. Switch the combine over to soybeans. Cut the soybean fields that are ready. And then go look at the other corn fields to see how close they are. Because in my mind, they're a couple weeks away. And then go back to cutting corn, or we cut all the soybeans and then cut corn. Regardless, we're going to kind of do some flipping and flopping, but you got to do what you got to do to try and get crops off in a timely manner. All right, I think it's time to go try some corn. Eeny, meeny, miny, hey Mo! Let's take that one. Maybe we won't take this one. It started now. I don't know. Alright, we're officially in the combine and it's warming up. That's what I did yesterday. So, and it's literally just 2 short passes. So we'll see what we can get done. If the moisture's still up there, I'm not going to cut, but I at least want to get a truckload off, get it to the elevator, and see where they say the moisture is compared to where our readers are telling us. Well, this is not how I wanted to start the season. I broke a belt. Garbage. Now I gotta take the combine all the way back to the farm, find out where I can get that belt, so we can keep going. It's a little on the wet side still. The moisture reader in the combine, the sensor on the combine is reading like it's bouncing between 18.5 and 19. So I'm going to take a sample with the hand reader and see what it says. So I guess if a belt's going to break, now's the time to do it. Alright, I got her back to the shop. Boy, the loft looks small compared to it, don't it? Anyway, yeah, the belt was dragging on the way home. So now I got to tear into this thing and make sure the belt's the only thing wrong with it. I guess I can't do this one-handed. Let me put you guys down. I just want to make sure that the belt is the only thing that's bad on it. Make sure the belt didn't break because of a bad bearing or something like that. So I want to get in there. Everything that belt attaches to, I want to turn by hand, and if it turns freely, then I have to run up to Reese, Michigan, which is about an hour and a half from here, grab a belt, come back here, put it on, and then we'll be good to go again. Well, it looks like on the plus side everything turns like it should. It turns freely, there's no binding, so that's good. That's real good. That just tells me that the belt was bad. Yeah. That just tells me it was a bad belt. So now I need to find a number off of this bad boy, and it's as tall as I am in half. Now we hit the dusty old trail and find a new belt. All right, I got the belt. Now I got to drive back to the farm. It took me a little over an hour to get here, to be in there for 5 minutes, to turn around to drive a little over an hour back. Garbage. Is what it is. It happens. Alright, we made her back. I got the new belt. Let's tear into this pig. Alright, once you get all the guards out of place and half of a pulley out of the way and some belts, and loosen off some tensioners and remove those two belts, and then it's not too bad to get in there and work on it. Figures it was an inside belt that broke, so there's 1, 2, 3 belts on the outside of it that I have to remove to get to that one belt, plus half of a sieve, or shiv is what they call it. That's it, shiv. So yeah, good times. And it'd be much easier to remove the tires to do it, but I don't think it's worth the extra time and energy. Instead, I'm going to squeeze my fat can in between there. You want to hear something funny? Not funny haha, funny stupid. They gave me the wrong belt. The belt that they gave me is the same length belt. It's just too fat to fit in the pulleys, and I'm like, this can't be right. So I called them. They did some checking. Oh, we're sorry. So I'm taking the old belt with me so I can match it up and return that belt that I got. And of course, by the time I get there, they're going to be closed, so they're going to put it in the drop box for me, and then I can just grab it out of the drop box and put the one I'm returning in there, and then you get what I'm saying. Basically, I gotta drive back up there again. Garbage. All right, I have the correct belt now. I think I'm going to come in. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I think I'm going to come in tomorrow and put this belt on tomorrow. Just because of the fact that it's 7 o'clock now. It's going to take me a couple hours to put this belt on. That'll put me at 9 o'clock at night, and at that point I'm not going to go out and cut at 9 because dew's setting in. So no sense busting my butt tonight to try and get up and going when it's going to rain tomorrow anyway. I do want to throw the fan on the one load of corn that we have in this trailer. That way, because it's a little high moisture, I want to put a fan on it, and that fan will draw down the moisture while it's sitting in the barn here. But other than that, I think I'm gonna go home after I throw that fan in. I'll show you guys how the fan works. How this fan works is, this is basically a long auger screen, and you screw it into the corn to where the screen down from here down is all covered. And then you take and put the red fan part over this, plug it in, and what it does is it sucks air from, it sucks the air through the corn and then out through this tube. So it's basically just circulating air through the grain itself, and it doesn't dry it down a lot, but it dries it, it'll drop at a point, at least a point or two. And that's the whole goal of it. It's an aerator fan is what it is. But we call this fan, how do I put this? Because kids watch my channel. We call this fan the Dill Female Deer fan. In other words, it's a female toy that's a male anatomy. I guess that's the best way to describe it. That's what we call this, is the Dill Female Deer fan. So yeah, I'll get it all hooked up and show you what it looks like. All right, this is what it looks like when it's in the grain. And then you plug it in and the fan will turn on. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but we will try. And then it just circulates air through the grain. The funny thing is I'm going to close the barn up tonight and let that fan go. And the fan will go all night long, and when I come in here in the morning, it's going to just, there's going to be an aroma of corn just everywhere. We usually use it on soybeans. So there's usually always an aroma of soybeans around here when that fan is going. But seeing how we're doing corn, it's going to be corn. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to go home, edit this, grab something to eat for dinner, and I'll probably do another video on putting this garbage back together. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.